Welcome to the Bearded Respect, everyone. I'm BREWCITY Scott, and this is Father New Year, I guess.
Yep.
And we got Mike down here, and we will be right back after this intro video. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 50.
Yes.
Nearly up to a year, and this is going to be a pretty special one, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I've been excited about this one for a while.
Because you're 50.
Yeah, thanks. Jason, you want to welcome some of these fine people in the chat?
Before you start, Jason.
Yes.
Before you start, I thought your name said Jason, Father of the Year.
Oh,
Father New Year. I don't know what. I must be tired. I was like, how did you get Father of the Year already?
No, it's the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that would be right.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mark Brown was first in tonight 2 weeks in a row.
How you
Nice.
doing, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
Hello, neighbor.
He beat E-Rock.
E.
And then we got
Hello
Miss
there.
BREWCITY.
Oh,
Becky.
hello, madam.
And there's Scott. Scott changed his picture too. He's got his nice bald head on there.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Big, bald, and beautiful. He changed
Yes.
his name.
Yes. Looking good, brother. We got Richard Crush. Hey, Richard. Happy Thursday. We got Ellie. Hey,
What's up,
Ellie.
Ellie?
Oh,
Hey.
hello, madam.
We got Barefoot Brains. I just seen him over on Talking Beards with a
Yeah.
guest.
Yeah.
Welcome, Barefoot. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And, and Jay Cruz.
Hey,
What's up,
Jay.
Jake Cruz?
I don't have friends. I got family.
Let's see, I think. Richard. Hey, Vato.
Vato.
I remember this week.
Nice of you guys to drop by.
Talking
Oh,
Beards.
All
Thank you.
right.
Oh, I can't miss this guy. Hey, Russ.
Hello,
Good to see
neighbor.
you as always. And Becky's going to beat Mark next week. Mark her words.
Beat Mark what? At what?
At first one.
Yeah.
John Abraham. I think I seen him over at Talking Beards as well. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us.
Hello there.
We got Greeter.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And we are caught up with everybody.
Cool. Oh, that
For
was
now.
quick. Yeah, for
Yeah.
now. Did you get Richard Crush?
Yes, got
Oh,
him
yeah.
early.
Okay.
Yep, Richard. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to get right into our giveaway from Educate Beards. And then we got a special guest right afterwards. So hold on.
So hashtag educated tonight. And that's for combo of choice, right?
That's right. Oil and butter in either the peppermint cedarwood, bergamot grapefruit, or the balsam eclipse, or the unscented. The combo is a $66 value. If you don't win, you can always go online. Educate Beards. You either find your local shop that carries Educate Beards, or you can buy right online.
And over $40 is free shipping. So
That's right. That is right.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan B.
Hey, Dan B.
Hello,
and
neighbor.
OG Fitz.
Roy.
Hello there.
Hey, Emo.
Emo. Thanks for dropping in.
Thank you, sir.
Real quick, did you guys? Most of you guys are. Yeah, I seen most of you guys are in the CMU too. Did you hear Jay Cruz say he was thinking he was going to have to retire the whistle song?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
just, I don't know.
I think it
I-
might be
I-
copyright issues, but don't
I
quote me
sent
on
him a
that.
DM. I actually sent him a DM. I said, "Wait, what?"
Not the whistle
Oh, boy.
song.
So whoever is whistling, they finally caught on and say, hey, I need to make money off this.
Yeah, Mark. We need to get Scott on that. He's
There you
a technical wizard.
Yeah, I just got to find one that I can legally play on YouTube. Yeah,
Well, I
Miss
think
Bruce City
that's-
says you can retire the whistle song either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Jason, you can just whistle for us.
Hold on, let me wet my whistle lips.
Oh boy.
There you go. We'll record it and then Jay Cruz can play it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Mark Brown's throwing it down, Jay Cruz.
See what you started?
Put your foot down. Draw the line.
Well, you think we got everybody in here?
I think so. It's been
I think,
holding at 10
yeah.
for a while.
So let's go ahead and draw this.
I'm just reading E's comment.
I did say that.
Barefoot Brains.
Hey, all right.
All right.
Congratulations. First time stopping in, and you're a winner.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Great.
So
We can get
Barefoot Brains,
somebody new.
reach out to Educate Beards on IG, or if you're not on IG, you can just look up educatebeards.com and reach them that way. And if all else fails, just email thebeardedrespect@gmail.com.
Yeah, I can show that here.
Yep.
Yeah, at worst, we'll get you connected.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Guns and Beards. Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah.
Thanks for the thumbs up. So who do we got tonight? Who is here? Who is going to join us tonight? Brew City.
Oh,
the goat of
Oh, the
goatee.
goat and goatee. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let's bring him on. Aaron Johnston.
Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? How are y'all?
How you doing, Aaron?
What's
I'm
up?
doing all right. Hanging
Thank
out
you.
on y'all's show tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't know Aaron Johnston, he has his own show called the not
Just
Beard
talk-
Talks. Talking Beards.
I'm
yeah.
Talking Beards. Yeah. So
Talking
we
Beards,
do a show. We go live every Tuesday, 8:00 Eastern. We do it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. No one ever watches over there. I think we go to Twitter, and we simulcast on our website, talkingbeards.com. And yeah, we've done 195 live episodes, and I think we're on 275 podcast episodes. So the podcast started a little bit before the live show, and that was just Scott was the podcast, and then we started the live show, and just his podcast just went away, and everything just turned into Talking Beards. But yeah, we're approaching 200 episodes. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Jay Cruz says that mic is crispy. So you mind telling him what mic you're using?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, a USB Samsung mic I got off Amazon for like $70, and it's USB and it works super good.
Yeah.
As long as it works, that's all that matters.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Dagan.
Hey, Dagan.
How you doing, Dagan?
So how long y'all been doing this show? For like a year, you said?
Just
Just
coming up
about
on
a year.
it. Yeah.
We're like a couple weeks away from a year.
You getting your groove on now? You feel like you've got all the kinks worked out and stuff, or now you're kind of in autopilot, or you still working on stuff day to day?
We're always working on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're improving every week.
I think so too. And
Yeah.
Scott does most of the work.
Hey man,
Yeah.
as long as y'all keep improving, that's all that really matters.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I updated my system a couple weeks ago because I was starting to have trouble. Michael
saw that.
updated his this week. So yeah.
Now, if only Scott could get some more lights, and then y'all be good to go.
Get Scott out of the cave there.
Yeah, just they make ring lights. They're not expensive.
I do have one over here somewhere.
They work a lot better when they're plugged in and turned on.
Yeah.
Come on, Scott. What's up, Brains?
So, Aaron, tell us what it is that you do. Like, what's your main job?
So now besides, doing Talking Beard stuff, I'm the director of marketing for Honest Amish. I started with the company in 2017 as a brand ambassador and traveled all over the country and kept taking a little bit bigger roles with the company, nothing too major. And then a little over a year ago, about nationals time in Scranton, sat down with the owner and like, hey, if I ever had the opportunity to work for you full time, I definitely would. And yeah, he said, we'll talk about it. And I was like, well, that's not a no. And here we are. A year later, I quit a 20-year career in the nuclear power plant industry and jumped headfirst into it. Is the scariest thing I've ever done in my whole life. I mean, I got the opportunity to live a dream and work for a company that I've always been a fan of, which, that's pretty cool. Not many people get to be a fan of a brand and then actually get to work for them. But I had to give up a 20-year career that I worked really hard to get pretty high up the food chain in the business there. And I don't know, we're doing it. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm doing it.
Bearded King, is this the right channel?
I do believe so. Yeah. So, that should be right. I don't think there's an underscore in there. I should know, but sounds right.
I think I actually got something here. Did something earlier.
Let's see. Yeah, that's right. No underscore. Our Instagram has an underscore because someone stupid took Talking Beards with an underscore. Never even used it. Never even used the account. What a jerk. Just made it.
That's right. They could sell it to you.
How you doing, Chris?
That's right. Yeah. Well, I messaged them multiple times and asked to buy it, and they never responded. So,
wow.
Their plan to sell it to me failed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's what I do. I work for Honest Amish. I do marketing stuff, and pretty much every weekend I'm traveling to a different beard competition somewhere in the country. I ended up doing 41 events this year. So whatever, 22. So yeah, this year I did 41 events. 37 of those were beard competitions. So yeah, I was really hoping to hit 40 beard competitions, but I was still able to do 41 events. So I did a barber expo. We did a couple NASCAR things, and I set up at a couple different like street fair type deals. I was in a town to do a beer competition on a Saturday, and they were like, oh, we're doing the street fair on Friday. So I'm like, all right, got all my stuff, pay my $20 and set my booth, and
nice.
It worked. So that's what we did.
The 40 things that you did this year, was that just in continental US or did you go elsewhere?
So I traveled to Rugby, England in August for the British Nationals. I could not drive there. I tried. It just wasn't feasible. So we had to fly to England. So that was cheating, about 6,000 miles. And but no, it was a good time. Honest Amish title sponsored British Nationals this year. Wow. So we went over there and did our thing, and I ended up being a British national champion in the goatee category. So that was super cool. Wow. It was awesome. It was a good time, and we drove to Vancouver, Canada. So I was able to drive outside the country, and that was a lot of fun. I had never been to Canada before, and so I got to mark another country off the list, I guess. But yeah, it's been a wild year, man. It's been a lot of fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed this December with very few events. So I've got to, kind of recharge, but I'm getting ready for next year.
So you drove everywhere. You drove up to how many miles this year?
So on my vehicle, we started out with 95,000 and we're now at 192,000.
Wow.
So I've driven right under 100,000 miles. When our car broke, at one point I had to get a rental car, so we drove from South Carolina to Cincinnati and back. That was around 1,000 miles. So we've got that one not on our automobile, but the rental car, and then we flew to England and back. So I've traveled over 100,000 miles, but my butt in the seat was just shy of 100,000 miles. But that's still pretty good. That was a lot of driving this year for sure.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
But next year I'm really hoping to I'm planning on hitting at least all 48 continental states, maybe all 50. We'll see what this there's an event in Alaska in March that they're kind of if that's still going to happen or not. If that one pops off and I end up flying to a beer competition in Alaska in March, because I will not be driving to Alaska in March, I will then 100% get all 50 states, because I'll just book a flight to Hawaii in December of next year or something, and that will be 50. So if I end up in Alaska in March, 100% I'm getting all 50 states, no matter what I got to do. That's what I'm going to do next year. I was so frustrated I didn't get all 48 this year. I was close, but.
So Russ has a question. Did the goatee come before or after leaving the 9 to 5?
So it definitely came before. So my beard journey all began in 2010. So I've always kind of had facial hair, and but from 2002 when I started my career to 2010, most of the time I would have to go into refineries or chemical plants, or I'd have to dress out in different type of nuclear industry plants. And so I just always had to shave. I could, every once in a while I could get a little shadow going, or if I didn't work for a couple of weeks, I'd get something going. But for those 8 years, I was pretty much had to stay clean shaven. So I took a job in South Carolina in 2010. I didn't have to shave anymore. So the first thing I did was not shave. So I did that for a couple years, and I'd grow a little bushy beard out, and I'd kind of trim it up or whatever. And I just had a nice little full beard. In 2012, I saw this reality TV show called Whisker Wars, and that program absolutely changed my entire life, and literally 100%. Because I watched a reality show, my whole life changed, and I had no idea what the journey I was about to embark on myself, but it's been a hell of a ride. So 12, 13, watched Whisker Wars, and then 2014, I entered my first beard competition in Charleston, South Carolina, and that was it, man. I was hooked, and that was it. I've only progressed more and more, and I'm very competitive. Beer competitions are always for charity, and it's a lot of fun, but it's in the name, beard competition. So if you're going to do it, you might as well do it to the best of your ability. So I did different categories for a few years. I did some full beard styled stash, and I wasn't winning. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while I'd probably place or something like that, but I wanted to win. And 2016, I drove to Denver for the Great American Beard and Mustache Championships. And I was just me and a couple buddies, full beard styled stash, didn't place, but just watching those goatees, because my sides just didn't grow very well. Like get like right here and that'd be it, but the rest, the goatee part grew pretty good. And me and my buddies like, dang, if I would just shave my sides off, I could have placed at Great American. This would have been awesome. And so that was October-ish in 16, and January, whatever, early January 17, I shaved my sides off, and that was it. That was 2017 was a hell of a year in bearding in my life. So it was a good run. I had a good time in 17, but yeah, that's where the goatee came from in a long-winded response.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had goatees for years. That's why I think my beard seems to grow faster in that area of the beard.
Well, everybody knows that goatees are the most prestigious facial hairstyle. So, I mean, if your face just wants to be a goatee, man, maybe you just need to let it be a goatee. See? Look at that. See? Yeah. Everybody knows
I have one problem. I'm a member of the Bearded Rebellion Beard Club, and we have to have an ear-to-ear beard.
Oh, that's a requirement.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. Yeah.
But you can have a whaler, though, right?
Yes.
It's the ear-to-ear beard, right? No, I mean, don't do that. I was just saying.
I could shave it to a goatee, but within 4 months, I have to have an ear-to-ear beard. It's like in our bylaws.
No, understandable.
Yeah, True North Beer Company says first ever beard oil I tried was on a sandwich. I bet that's true for a lot of people. I mean, all
the time I get that. That was my first beard oil that I ever tried. I just got on Amazon's like beard oil. I don't know what I'm doing, and hey, this stuff looks pretty cool. And
right.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you trust the Amish? You know,
That's right.
to care for your beard. But I do need to know. So I mean, you're in the Honest Amish company. You've been an ambassador for them since 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're based out of Pennsylvania, right? Is that correct? And I've
Yeah,
lived most of my
Greenville,
life-
Pennsylvania.
Greenville, you said?
Greenville, yeah.
Yeah, I've lived most of my life in northern Pennsylvania, but there's plenty of Amish there. How did the Amish get a product on a market? That's what I'm wondering.
I wasn't part of the company back then. You know what I mean? That's their story. I'm here now, and I know my story, and I know how I got involved with the company, and I don't know. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah. Great. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it just started just small, you know, just like every other company, and you don't know what's going to take off, you know. I mean, it's just one of those things. It just luck of the draw, I guess.
Right. But I just imagine though, it's like a group of Amish people that are making these products still, right? Like,
no, not necessarily.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, we use local people there in Greenville, Pennsylvania. We've got a really good group up there that puts all the products together and cooks it and bottles it and ships it on its way.
Yeah.
Mark Brown wants to know what your daily routine is.
My daily routine. So, as far as my beard goes, I assume that's what it's based around. So
yeah,
I take a shower. After a shower, towel dry or whatever, and then I get out, rub a little bit of Honest Amish beard oil in the skin, and kind of comb it through, fix my hair and whatnot, and then once that's good and set in, I'll rub a little beard oil or beard balm through, and I'll comb it and brush it through, and then I'll use our beard wax. I'll use it in my mustache. Our wax isn't going to be, unless you're Bob the Elliott Stash and you could do magic with stuff. Usually ours is more for like flyaways. That's what our wax is kind of geared towards, and that's what I use on my mustache on pretty much every day. I use that mustache or that beard wax just to kind of keep the flyaways down, but that's pretty much it, man. And then, you know, if I'm doing stuff in the garage or whatever, I'll tie it up, or, I mean, that's the biggest thing with having a 2-foot long beard hanging off the front of your face. You've got to protect it, or you're just going to lose hair or destroy stuff. So that's the biggest thing from a day-to-day standpoint, is just like, what am I doing? How do I need to wear my beard? You know what I mean? If I'm just hanging out in the office or doing some stuff, I can leave it down. But if I'm doing yard work or washing cars or something like that, I definitely got to tie it up.
Cool. So do you do anything far as the length, far as like vitamins or anything?
I mean, I take a multivitamin every day, and I've taken biotin for probably about 10 years. I don't know. You know, I've read people like, oh, biotin's a waste of time. You just pee it all out or whatever. I don't know. It says hair growth, so I take it every day. 10,000 MCGs or MCUs or whatever it is. So just buy it at Kroger, and I send my little old man pill case, and I pop it every day. Who knows? I may just be an empty capsule of pill. Who knows? But I take it. But yeah, that's about it, man. You just eat right, kind of work out, drink a lot of water, and take care of yourself. And you take care of yourself, and, you know, your hair grows good, I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I was really impressed with the Honest Amish soap that I recently tried. It's like a brick, like it's like a shingle.
It's amazing, dude. It's like it's a chunk of soap for $7.77 online, and it lasts a long time as long as you keep it up out of the water. And a lot of people will quarter them up, cut them in the, you know, and then they'll only take that one little square in the shower. So if it, you know, gets too wet, the whole bar didn't melt, just that square. But I got a soap dish I got at Walmart. It's got suction cups on it, and I put it as far away from the water, the top corner of my shower, as I can get it away from the water. And I don't know, a chunk of soap will last a good while. And that's
Is that
amazing.
soap good for the beard as well? Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so we've got 2 that's kind of geared towards your beard, but I mean, all 7 of them are just loaded with good stuff for your beard. But just those 2, they've got a higher clay content, so it just kind of lathers up really well and adheres to the hair, and then you can wash it off, obviously. But you can shave with the slick and the original because it, like I said, it just lathers up so good. So that's what I always shave with. I mean, I don't have a lot to shave, but you know, I still shave a little bit.
all right.
Yeah, and I know our friend Dan C. He swears by the original.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Me and him talked many times about our soap and oils and balms and stuff, and he's a firm believer in it, and as am I. It's honestly really good stuff. I'm just really fortunate that that's the brand and the products that I get to represent and I get to talk about.
Yeah, and anybody who doesn't have them, you can at least get the oil and the balm in Walmarts across the country.
Yeah, so we have that oil and balm in every Walmart. It should be in every Walmart inside the continental United States. We're not in Canada or anything like that. And sporadically, we'll be in like TJ Maxx and Ross. But I mean, Amazon and the website's majority of where all of our sales and stuff come from.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like several comments here. Like, yeah, it's our first stuff I ever used. I mean, I think it's just, I don't know, it's eye catching or whatever it does. It's so many people's first oil or first beard products is Honest Amish. It's very, very, very common that's what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the logo is simple enough. Like, it is eye catching, I think. And like I said before, you think of Amish and beards, they must know something,
That's right. I mean, it's good stuff.
And it's affordable.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's at a good price point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the first time I started using beard oil, I wish I would have picked up that bottle instead of the bottle I did.
What was your first bottle?
Cremo.
Of course it was. Freaking those guys, I don't even know what's in that oil.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know any better.
Hey, you live and learn, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have a good local company.
Yeah.
And then I ended up finding Dan C, and it ended up getting us on here.
Yeah. So it was Dan C kind of the inspiration for this show, or what got y'all wanting to do this show if it wasn't that?
Dan C and our one friend who at the time went by Bluegrass Bearded.
Okay. I remember seeing his show.
Yeah, now he's moved to Wisconsin, and he's doing a true crime show.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, he's still doing the show. He's still doing his thing. Just shifted what he's doing now.
Yeah, he went from the beard, then he went to doing content creation stuff. And we had a big crime thing up here, and he kind of got addicted to true crime, so now he started that.
That's pretty cool. Y'all still keep in contact and stuff?
Well, yeah. And more so now that he's moved pretty close to me.
Oh, so he's like not just in your state. He's pretty close to you.
Yeah, he's probably 15 minutes away.
Oh yeah, that's basically in your yard.
Down the street. Yeah. So another interesting thing about Aaron is he's got this really cool website that lists every single beard competition in America, or actually
the world. Any beard competition that I can find anywhere in the world, I put it on there. So yeah, it's called thebeardcalendar.com. Pretty self-explanatory. It gets a lot of hits. I like several. But yeah, it's super easy. TheBeardCalendar.com. You can. It's never built a website before. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew it needed to exist. I had all the information in my phone because I was already planning on going to all these beard competitions and whatnot. And it's like, well, I mean, everybody keeps asking me about these events, and I keep just, basically pasting, copying the same note over and over and over to all these people and posting on different Facebook pages and stuff like that. I was like, man, we'll just make a calendar. How hard can it be to make a website? And I got on GoDaddy and I bought beardcalendar.com. And I misspelled calendar. So that was pretty good. So I spent all day making this website, and I went to do something at the end of the day. I was like, yeah, check it out. And I typed it in or whatever. I'm like, domain not found. I'm like, what the hell? I just built this whole thing. And yep, misspelled calendar. So, so I went back. I'm like, all right, I'll just buy another domain, whatever. And it was another $20 or whatever it was. I don't even remember what I paid. And Beard Calendar, spelled correctly, was taken. And so I was like, oh, this is absolutely not good. I don't want, the misspelling of calendar be this website that I freaking created for everybody to use. And luckily the fix was easy. I just added the Beard Calendar to it, and it worked. And today I found out freaking Matt Beard Laws owns beardcalendar.com spelled correctly. He's owned it for years and years and years. He's like, I didn't know if I was going to use it or something one day. I don't know. I just bought it. I'm like, it's freaking jerk. But, I don't know if he was lying, but I believed him. And he seemed pretty sincere about it. If he was lying, then I just spread false information. But whatever. I believe it because he's a jerk. But yeah, so thebeardcalendar.com, super easy to find. You can save it as a homepage on your phone, and you just click the little app, and they're all on there, man. There's luckily I've had this thing for about a year, and it seems like beard competition, clubs or whoever's organizing the different events, they're organizing them sooner now. So I'm already filling up, September, October, and usually these things weren't really getting posted till maybe 2 or 3 months out. So hopefully, not only is there a resource for everyone to go find an event in their town to go check out a beer competition, it's helping events get scheduled earlier. So maybe they put more time and effort into the event. So ultimately the shows are going to be a little bit more organized or whatever.
Now, do the people that are putting on these competitions, can they add it to your site, or they give you the information and you put it on?
So I update everything. There's a little link in the bottom right corner. There's like a little green thing that you can click on, and then it'll send me a little chat box thing to my phone. But I'm pretty good about keeping up with them because most events have Facebook event pages. So I'll, sporadically just type in beard competition in a search or whatever in Facebook, and I'll grab those events and stick them in there. But I'm the one that finds them, but I do get a good bit of them. Like some of them, like I helped organize an event in Wisconsin Dells a few months ago, and I mean, there wasn't a Facebook event page or anything. The city put it on to go coexist with an event they had going on up there. And they reached out to me and was like, hey, can you, help us put this event together and, add it to your calendar or whatever. So I helped them get judges and prize packs and stuff like that and added it to the calendar. So it's definitely come in handy. I've made some friends off of it that were, putting on some type of beard event, and they're like, wow, this is pretty cool. You do all this. And then, we actually become real life friends. So it's pretty wild. That would have never thought just putting a little calendar together was going to create friendships, but it's pretty neat.
And so convenient to just to find what you're looking for. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's just set up by month.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, there's a competition in September of next year in Nashville. that's going on. I found on your calendar. I'm going to be in Nashville that weekend for a psychiatric conference. I'm like, well, I'm going to go to that too.
And it's going to be an amazing event. Scott Turner's putting that on. He's part of Beard Mob Tennessee, and I've been kind of privy to some of the things that's going to be happening with that event. And dude, it's going to be wild. Like he's doing an amazing job with it. Like last year, that event, well, this year still technically, it was like in a restaurant. It was kind of weird. He just kind of, his first one, they gave him a free venue, and it just was just kind of weird. It worked and it was nice and everything, but dude, he's got an amazing venue in Nashville, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a really good time. You should make plans to go to that thing for sure.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But see, you didn't even know about it. And there you go.
Yeah.
Beardcalendar.com. You just find them and just scroll and be like, hey, that's a town I'm in or I'm going to.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah. I look at it all the time. Like, okay, how far away am I from this place?
It's cool. Like running into people at beard competitions, and, they'll be talking. It's like their first one. They're like, oh, I just stumbled across the beard calendar or whatever. And I'm like, you stumbled across what? And they're like, there's this website. It's black and lime green. It's got all these competitions listed. I was like, I made that. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens quite frequently. Like towards the end of the year, it was at least one or two per competition. It was like their first one, or they've done them and they didn't even know. Brains was there last year, but like, I don't know. It's wild. Like people, like some of the smaller events and the Bearded Villains, like they don't really advertise their events. They kind of advertise within themselves.
Right.
And I'll put Bearded Villain events on there. I've got a few guys that I can reach out to with the villains, and they're like, yeah, here's all the events. Put them on there. And people will go to them that do beard competitions, like I said, and they don't even know because it's a villains thing. And for whatever reason, those guys just don't like advertising their events, but I'll advertise for them, and we'll go show up and bring people. It's, whatever. It's all, I don't know. I enjoy it. This whole bearding thing is just crazy, and I'm consuming my life for sure.
Yeah, it is crazy. And I attended my first nationals in Wyoming, and that was just insane.
It was. Nationals was insane. It was in a 10,000 seat basketball arena, and I don't know, man. It was amazing. It was a super cool event. And then the Friday night event, y'all were there, and you competed in the Friday night event, right?
That was wild.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you in the veteran categories or?
I was.
Yeah, we both were. And then I did the honest one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just a great experience, and I think it helped getting on the stage the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. You got all the new, the stage jitter stuff out of the way on Friday night, and then, you're just
the beer chain.
Yeah, dude.
I was going to say Michael was part of the world record too.
Yeah, I was also part of that. That was a heck of a time. That was amazing time.
Just watching it was amazing. You're like, this is like a world record. Just right.
It was literally. It was a world record. It was. I don't know. We shouldn't have taken an hour to do, but we did it.
Wow.
Standing, linked together.
Right had like a short beard, like he was like right at the 8 inches. So
right. So he's on pulling on that side. Yeah.
And then on this guy, like his was like almost touching the floor, just drooped down.
Right.
I think we could have gotten it longer if he just would have went to the left a little bit. But.
Yeah, that's what I talked about. I was like, man, if we could have done on like a football field or something that we could have stretched out, who would have thought we would have had like 72, 75 beards all linked together in that restaurant. We were all snaked through that whole place. People couldn't get to the bathrooms or anything. It was wild.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good sized bar.
Yeah. And we more than doubled the previous world beard record.
Yeah.
I think the original one was 63-ish feet, and we got to like 151, 152 feet. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And like you said, Mike, I mean, we were probably way longer than that if for
Oh, yeah.
sure if we were all pulled tight. But oh well, we still smashed it. That's all that really matters.
Break it
There's-
again next year.
There's always next year. Exactly.
We can line up again along maybe like a bridge or something, or like something that's long.
Right. Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's at a warmer climate, so maybe we could just do it outside. Just
There you
know,
go.
so-
Yeah.
instead of having to be inside of a bar because it's a degree outside.
Right.
So that was that y'all's first beard competition at all, or that was your
Yeah.
really? So how'd y'all find out about nationals?
Well, it's in my backyard. I'm in Cheyenne, Wyoming, so
Oh, okay.
that's how
Literally your backyard. That's what everyone says about Cheyenne and Casper. It's in each
Yeah.
other's backyard.
Yeah,
So you
just
just like ran across
2
it
hour
on.
drive, and I'm sure I saw it somewhere, but like as soon as it was either, I think it was Talking Beards that announced it. That's where I saw it first. Was
Nice.
it's going to be like last February or March, whenever it was announced. Casper, I was like, "What? Are you kidding me, Casper? I'm there. I got to be there."
Yeah, it was all part of the bacon and booze festival, and
Yeah.
they just tacked on the beards to it. And I've never been to a city that got so behind an event like Casper did. It was amazing.
Wow,
Like we went to Walmart and people were stopping to talk to us and they knew about the beard competition. We were at restaurants. I was in Casper to check out the venue in August, and I went to a barber shop to just, hand off some honest Amish or whatnot. And they all knew about it. They're like, yeah, we're super excited. The Beard Nationals is coming here. We're like, I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm here. I come to look at the venue. So
everywhere we went, like we went to Starbucks and they're like, "Hey, did you know there's a beard competition here?" Like, yeah, we're in it.
yeah, that's why we're here. Yeah, man. It was cool. Like Nationals, Beer Team USA does a really, really good job getting with that city, because that's the way Nationals is put on. So Nationals will get a city to say, okay, come put your event on here, and while they're doing that, they talk to like the tourism board or whatever, or, the people, the planning commissions or whatever of that city, and then those people have the connections with the radio and the newspaper and TV or whatever, and it's kind of their job as the tourism people to push it. It's smart. It's definitely a super, super smart way to get the word out on a beard competition, because if you get the city wanting the event, well, obviously the city wants people to come to their city, so they're going to push your event, so that's the way that kind of works.
Yeah. And any bearded guy, if you ever get a chance to go to the Nationals, I would go.
Mm-hmm.
It was just watching all the other people.
It's definitely a good people watching thing for sure.
Right.
For sure. I mean, you got the freestyle people walking around. You've got literal bearded ladies walking around. You have Whiskerina bearded ladies walking around. It's just, if that's not your world, it's super crazy to you. But now I'm just so numb to the whole thing. Like, I'm like, all right, whatever. It's a chick with a beard. All right, whatever. But if this is your first beard event, you run into a Dakota, you're like, holy crap, this is wild. Like this is amazing stuff. So
E must have just tuned in.
yeah, there you go. Thebeardcalendar.com. There you go.
The beard calendar. Very easy.
There you go, E. Check it out.
So
I could read it to you.
Like, is the Nationals Honest Amish? Like, is that their development?
So Nationals is Beer Team USA's event, and Honest Amish just has title sponsored it the last couple of years. So we, and then when we title sponsor it, then I'm more involved, and I'm friends with all those guys anyway. So even if we weren't title sponsoring it, I mean, I'm still talking beards and stuff like that. So I would still be somewhat involved, just not as hands-on without the Honest Amish aspect of it.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and our actually our hotel bar was filled with all kinds of competitors.
Yeah.
We had the bearded lady there. We had guys who were doing freestyle and
Oh yeah.
Guys, all kinds of mustaches.
Where'd y'all stay?
Ramkota.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ramkota, yeah.
It was one of those that was right there by the Ford Center.
Yep.
Yeah,
we
were
literally could have walked there.
yeah, if it wasn't a degree.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we could have walked there as well, but my car was absolutely loaded down, so we had to definitely drive up there and unload that thing.
Yeah.
I was so happy that I was able to sell a bunch of T-shirts, and Natalie could lay back in the car on the way home to back to South Carolina, because she wasn't laying back on the way there. We were packed. That was a good looking hat.
I got this at the competition.
Yeah, looks good.
Oh yeah.
So you're talking beards. You now have, it's almost like a network, not just a show.
Yeah, kind of during COVID, everybody was getting these talk shows, and Talking Beards had the platform. We had StreamYard and stuff, and I was like, well, there's really no point in all of our friends buying their own StreamYard, and so I was like, well, I'll just use our stuff. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And I'm like, man, it'd be kind of cool if we had like a network of shows, and we just kind of cooked up the idea. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, we can kind of schedule everybody. And at one point in time, I think we had 7 shows. We had a show 7 days of the week at one point in time. And, these things, people get busy and they can't do them and stuff like that. But we've had a few that's really stood the test of time. But yeah, we've got a full network of shows. We've got the Craft Whisker Show on Monday nights at 8:00. We've got Talking Beards, which was the first one. We're at 8:00 on Tuesday. We had What Up Mob Wednesday. They were the second longest running show on Wednesdays, but that show just went off the air a couple weeks ago. So we don't have anything on Wednesday nights right now. Now Thursday we have Bearding Without Borders, and then at 7:00, and then at 9:00 we got Beard Laws. So Matt's just a good friend of ours. He was getting his ball rolling, and he's still on our network, but he absolutely don't need us. He's doing his own thing. He's just part of us and still our buddy. So he still shows up on our network, but he's got his own Beard Law stuff. He's just basically just tacked on just for fun still. And then Friday we got Fabs and Foghorn. They just nothing. They just talk about stuff, man. Those guys are freaking wild. It's like they're just having a FaceTime conversation for 2 hours. Like there's literally no structure. They're just hanging out, having a good time, and it's fun to watch. So it's some good dudes. And then Saturday we had a couple different shows. It's Saturday. People don't really want to do a show every Saturday, so we don't have anything going on Saturday. But on Sunday we have the show called Art Assault, and 2 artists from Wichita, and they just take turns making a painting, and they interview people during the episode. Usually it's people from local bands and stuff like that, and it's just very, very art driven show. You know what I mean? Music, paintings and stuff like that, and it's cool. It's amazing. They come up with some cool things, and I've actually bought a couple of pieces of their art, and it's in my house. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. I kind of need that. So shows up in my house, and now my house is slowly turning into a museum because we get a lot of things, and I hang them all.
Is it kind of like a Bob Ross type of show where they're trying to teach you how to paint, or do they just paint?
I mean, they pretty much just paint and bullshitting. That's
Okay.
That's it. I mean, you can watch them and you kind of learn from that, but they're not like, I mean, every once in a while, I guess, kind of, but not as Bob Rossy as Bob Ross. They're just painting, hanging out. E asked a question about the only sign up. Was he talking about Talking Beards? You think?
I think maybe on the calendar, some of the competitions are Facebook.
Oh, so the event page. I mean, yeah, that's most of the event pages are Facebook event pages. But I mean, you can get on there. You can still see, the date, the location, the time. You can get a gist of it. and kind of figure it out from there. But yeah, most all the event pages are Facebook event pages, but you can still see as much information as I type on there. Yeah.
But if you need help with that, we could probably sign you up if that's the only thing holding you back.
Yeah, man, come on, figure it out. Come to some competitions, dude. This stuff's amazing. It's
Create a
like I
burner
said,
Facebook account.
yeah, there you go. Make
I
some
don't do
random one.
I don't do Facebook either. I always tell my wife, she does it.
Yeah.
Hey, they sent me this link for a Facebook thing. Can you look at it for me?
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia will have another one in April. That's the RVA Beard League. That's their annual event. I think this is going to be their 10th annual one or 9th annual coming up this year, and it'll be April. I might know one of the judges. I can't really say or anything, but I mean, might even be on your show tonight. Who knows? I mean, nothing's been officially announced. So, but you know, I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, Richmond seems to have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Richmond's a fun town for sure, and that beard club there in Richmond is one of the oldest ones that's still operating from the OG days, probably like 2010-ish. That's kind of probably peak beard competition days in that time, probably why they decided to create an entire reality show around it, because it was wild back then. It's more tame now, but we're hopefully, you know, the creation of the calendar and nationals getting more, you know, word out, and hopefully this beer competition thing starts really coming back to life like it used to be. I mean, it's definitely fine. We have multiple competitions every single weekend, so we're doing good, but be a lot better if, you know, we have more people showing up, and that means more people donating to the charity, and, you know, more people meeting each other, and everybody wins. So
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of things that go on that aren't even really specified as beard competitions. Like this past summer, I went to a local convention place that had it was a tattoo show. Well, they happened to have a beard competition, and I should have signed up, but I didn't. I'm like, you know,
you got a beard.
Yeah, I know. My wife's like, you should sign up. I'm like, well, I wasn't even planning on it. I didn't take my normal, you know. I don't know. I didn't think it was looking good that day. Had a bad beard day that day. So
Hey, man, it happens to everybody.
yeah.
Thank you, Russ. All right, we're gonna get a bunch of YouTube followers out of this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. A lot of these guys are pretty well known in the beard community. They follow Dancy a lot, and we're lucky to get this whole community to follow this show. It's been a blast having these guys on here every week.
Absolutely, yeah. I went back and watched several of your episodes today, and it's like you got a core group of people that watch all your shows, and that's pretty cool. And
Yeah,
I like
it
it.
is. We were lucky that way. We had a lot of the bigger content creators like Dan C and Ken and Jay Cruz, who goes by Healthy Bearded, to help us promote it and got us started in the right way. And we had a pretty good community from the start.
Yeah. Yeah, because we started out being in those chats with those guys, you know.
Right.
And shooting the shit with these guys that are in our chat now, you know. So
And we've even had a few of them on the show.
yeah.
Dave, you've had 50 shows. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Y'all are trucking along here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it seems like we've just been, as the years progress, we've just gotten better and better. So I think we've been blessed.
Yeah. Well, good for y'all. I know we've definitely gotten better than our first dozen so episodes. Those were freaking train wrecks. I don't even know why. Like, so originally it was Scott Sikora and another guy, Chris Odom. Chris Odom had a kind of like a beard review. He was Beards in Review on YouTube. So those two guys had the video show and the podcast, the Beardcast, and they're like, we're going to do this live show. We need one more person. So they added me for some freaking reason. And now I can talk pretty good. Then not so much. Like, it was torture to do those first few episodes. I didn't know what to talk about. My heart was racing the whole time. Like, it was a train wreck. But now, I don't know. I think I do pretty good. I've emceed a few beard competitions, and the very first interview I ever did was episode 48 of the Beardcaster, before Talking Beards. And we literally talked about that. And Scott proposed that. He's like, do you think you could ever MC a beard competition? And in that interview, I was like, hell no. There's no way I could ever stand up in front of people and talk on a microphone. This is ridiculous. And now when I go to competitions and stuff, I get on stage, and usually it was like I'd wave and not really say anything and wander off. Now I always take the mic, and they have to take it back. I don't know. So it's Scott's fault. He created this.
Well, speaking of MCs, the guy that did Nationals was pretty amazing. Like, just to be able to stand up there for so long and talk.
He's a beast, man. He did that whole thing. He wanted to do Friday night as well, but then they put Jimmy on there.
Yeah,
but,
Jimmy was great too.
Yeah, he was pretty interesting.
He's an interesting fellow, that old Jimmy. But yeah, man, he was on stage for like 10 hours for Nationals, and he did it all the whole time himself. He was dead when he came off that stage.
I bet.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that whole thing was quite the experience, and it also happened to be my 50th birthday.
Man, congratulations, old man.
Yeah.
I turned 40 last month, and I thought my life was over.
Oh, by the way, Jason, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Thank
Jason's
you.
birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday, Jason.
Thank you.
54?
Hey, now don't put
44?
a year on there. 53. 53. I wish I was 40 again. But
Yeah.
Me too. I'm a man now. I'm 40.
We're the baby in this stream.
Oops. How old are you, Mike?
I'm 47.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
3 more years. It's over.
And then I forgot. He's usually in here too, but he's not tonight. Matt Foley. I forgot his birthday's the day after mine, so today's Matt's birthday.
Yeah.
And
Maybe that's why he's not here.
Probably.
yeah,
He's hanging out with his cousin Mick, probably.
yeah.
Mick Foley. Yeah.
And his wife posted, he's 37, and I'm thinking, geez, man, if I was 37 again. Yeah, I'm getting older.
My phone's blowing up over here. I guess everybody's going to the beercalendar.com and sending me messages. Like, click on that link. There it is. Yeah, man. All these GoDaddy little comment things are popping up. That's pretty funny.
And tomorrow's Russ's 20th wedding anniversary.
Oh, nice. Happy anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And I know it was Dagan's birthday on Christmas.
That's right.
Yeah. No, not 55, 53. 53 now, come on. It's going fast enough.
Yeah, Dagan, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jason. Happy anniversary, Russ. My anniversary was just the other day.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
And you got to see his whole beard journey.
Yeah, through the 24 years.
Becky's like, who is that?
Now, when was that? The 26th. Is the 26th your anniversary?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my granddaughter's birthday. She just turned 4. So,
4.
yeah,
Well,
Busy week for birthdays and anniversaries. Wow.
Yeah, apparently.
yeah.
It's not my anniversary or my birthday right now. So y'all know. Nothing.
Yeah, I have those mornings too, Brains.
yeah, don't we all?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
For
don't know,
sure.
Barefoot man. Wait till you turn 40.
You'll be a man then.
Yeah.
That's when if you're not wearing glasses yet, you definitely will. Your blood pressure just goes up. It's out of the blue.
Yeah, once you hit 40, it's pretty much over. I can't imagine how you feel at like 47 or 50.
Right. Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah.
what's that like?
Yeah.
You'll soon know.
I know.
When you know it.
Yeah.
It'll be here. Womb eviction day.
Oh.
So y'all got any big plans with this show? How often do y'all like, how far in advance you book your guests and stuff?
Well, it depends. We try to get like a month or 6 weeks ahead, but sometimes it just gets away from us.
Yep.
But we're lucky to have you booked out quite a ways.
Yeah, man. I've been booked for over a month. I went back and looked at it. My God, it was trying to get me on here back in like the first Tuesday after Nationals, but I was still, or Thursday after Nationals. I think I was still traveling, or I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Who knows? I was lost somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's just great to have you finally on the show. It seems like it was Nationals was like half a year ago.
It does seem like Nationals was a long time ago, but it really, it was less than 2 months,
Yeah.
ago. But already looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
That'll be a good time. I'm eagerly awaiting the announcements. Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. We got flights to book and hotels to reserve. And
So y'all are planning on going to the next Nationals?
I'd like to. I'd definitely like to.
We'll see. We'll have to see how financially we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that completely.
Yeah, and where it's at, it
Yeah.
depends on where it's at.
Yeah.
We've made a couple
And
big
Chris,
this year.
that's a hard no on the 10:09 mark, Chris.
You start twerking at 10:09. This is amazing.
No.
Every
No,
week
no.
they try and
Every
get 'em.
week. Come on, man. You give the people what they want.
You're wearing your Schwartz.
I do have shorts on. When I come upstairs, my wife was working, and she says, "Nice outfit," because I got shorts on and this flannel and my hat, and my hey dudes. Got my
Hey, man, that
dudes
sounds like
on.
some twerking clothes to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's what I always wear when I twerk.
Yeah, every once in a while he gets that East Coast accent to come out.
I might have to jump on this Speedo thing with you guys, Aaron. I might have to get a Speedo for this twerking.
I mean, I'm not a Speedo person, but for some reason, a bunch of boneheads in the beard competition community here, they freaking love putting on Speedos for some reason. And the show I was doing right before I did y'all's show, I was doing Bearding Without Borders. The host there, Ray Norcross, a bunch of people were harassing him about it, and $5,000 going to charity. He'll wear a Speedo at a competition, or I don't know where he's going to wear it, but Josh Barefoot Brains down there, he's a Speedo king. Oh my gosh, like you need to look at that guy's social media and see some of the crap he wears to competitions. He's a madman. There's no way I could do what he does. Like he's an inspiration to everybody. He's a maniac. He wore like a Hooters girl outfit to competitions. He's wore like one of those like elephant trunk Speedos, you know what I mean? Like the wiener goes in the trunk part, and that's all he's wearing. it makes no sense, but I don't know. Good for them. Good for them doing that because I'm not doing that. I'm not wandering around with a Speedo.
Oh, yeah. I think my Speedo days are
Mark.
I don't know if you can see this, but this is Josh right here at that's the stuff he makes no sense.
My gosh.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So so if you go to thebeercalendar.com, you can go see stuff like this in person.
Well,
That might scare people
Brains,
away.
if you're still on, I think I just tried to follow you, but you also spell your name as Barefoot, like the bear, the animal. So I'm a little confused, but
Barefoot, BARE, foot,
yeah,
like no shoes. He thinks Speedos rule, so that's all that really matters.
Oh,
So what else is going on? What else y'all want to talk about?
I don't know. Is there a way we can get some of this product out to our chat?
I mean, you can. I've got a kit right here if you wanted to give it away.
Nice.
How you want to give it away? You want to do the StreamYard thing, or you want to do it different, or how do y'all usually do this?
We usually do a StreamYard thing.
Yeah, those giveaway things fun, man. Like we used to always give things away, and we're like, I wish there was like an easy way to do this, and then we found that, and it's been amazing.
So what comes in that box? What is
in this box? Let's just dive into that. You're right. So this is a kit you can get on the website, and this is one that I created. So the inside of it's going to look a little different than what you'll order off the website. So the website ones are just the contents themselves. They're not boxed up, but this is the one that I put together. So this is a classic oil.
Okay.
We have just the regular beard balm. Then we have the original beard wax.
Oh.
And the original is the scent compound. So all these will have very similar scents. And then the original soap.
Yeah, look at the size of that soap.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
that thing is
massive.
huge.
Like, and it fills up the whole box. I mean, this is
yeah, look at that.
this is bigger than my phone. And this is
Yeah.
the big iPhone. Like, this is
we
bigger
got
than
them at the competition, and I sliced mine in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then half is still going.
That's awesome. And that was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you wash this once a week.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Oh.
If we're
He
lucky.
lets me get away with that.
Yeah. He's like, oh, Thursday night, I gotta get cleaned up for the show.
Oh.
But yeah,
Okay.
even if you don't win, you can go to honestamish.com and over $35 you can get free shipping. And if you go to the website, and this is just for the Honest Amish website, you can use promo code Talking Beards and you get 15% off.
Nice.
But that doesn't work on Amazon or anything or Walmart, so don't try it there. They don't care.
If you try to do it at Walmart, at least film it for us so we can
Right, yeah, please do. Like, yeah, definitely go to the register at Walmart and be like, where do I put in my Talking Beards promo code, and just see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, that heavy grit licorice soap is no joke. That's what I use. It sits in my kitchen in a dish, and when I come in from the garage or working in the yard, I'll use that heavy grit soap. And dude, if there's anything on your hands, it will get it off. It exfoliates your skin really well, but I always say it's like a Gojo, but in like all natural bar form. Like it will scrub the crap out of you, and it is awesome. And it smells super good. So you're welcome. I'm glad to pass it along. I'm getting kickbacks off the code or anything. It's just, something I can promote when I'm out and about, and, 15% off. And then if you order over $35, you get free shipping. So it's saves you some money.
$35. I mean, that's nothing. Like, I mean, free shipping is awesome.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Especially nowadays.
Healthy 10 for Cremo at Walmart, and they called the Popo on me. Well, that's what you get for trying to buy Cremo. I'd call the cops on you too. I don't understand how that is still in business.
They're thriving somehow.
Somehow. Good for them. I don't know anyone that buys it on purpose.
Neither do I. And whenever I walk down the aisle, I see something new too, like something weird.
They have a giant display of just the most garbage products.
Yeah.
Someone's buying it.
Yeah.
I see guys looking at it in Walmart. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
There's 2 little brown boxes that are way better. That's right under it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Scott, what do you got for us?
What you got, Scott?
So,
Here's some weird sound.
Hashtag Amish. There we go.
try
That's
keep it
honestly a really good hashtag.
One enter all at once.
Yeah.
simple. Yeah, don't.
Calm down, everybody.
There we go. Now we got 9.
Oh, there.
Calm down, everybody. That was me.
Yeah, that was you.
Barefoot Brains, thanks for following me back. Now I know who you are.
There you go.
I'm expecting to see some awesome outfits from you.
So Josh Barefoot Brains, he put Chop Squad on there. So do y'all know what chops are? Like mutton chops.
Lamb chops.
Yeah, so that's the look he rocks, and it is the most absurd facial hairstyle that anybody could ever choose to do to themselves on purpose. You're literally shaving off the best part of your beard. You just shave off your chin. But yeah, that's what he does, and it just looks absolutely absurd. There's only one facial hairstyle that looks dumber than Chops, and it's Whalers, because they don't have mustache. That's so stupid.
Isn't that the honest Amish look?
Well, Anyway.
When I did Friday night with the honest category, I was in there with a bunch of whalers. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm not going to win this.
Yeah, I definitely just chose Whalers for that category when I judged. That was 100% how I judged it.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah, dude, it was a blast.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Saturday was a whole nother blast, but Friday night was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Friday night was in its own right, was just as good of an event as the Saturday night. Obviously, Saturday had the more production behind it and all that, but I mean, overall, it was an extremely successful beer competition on Friday night, and just an absolutely fun party.
Oh yeah,
and we set a world record. So there's that.
And there were a couple guys in here who watched the whole thing on Twitch.
So crazy. How's that Twitch watching experience? Anybody in the chat? I've never got to do that because I'm there and busy.
Actually, nice. Like it's got a nice format.
Okay.
I couldn't imagine myself watching a whole beer competition on it, but there's actually 2 people in here that did.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't catch it all because I missed the beginning, but I caught it on Twitch. Now I didn't download the app and go through the app, so I couldn't comment. But True North watched it and he made some comments.
Yeah.
And,
I guess my son watched it too, and he made
and your son watched it too, because when he was on, he commented, "Hey, that's my dad."
Nice.
But it was funny because there was a guy in the competition that was drunk and was up there telling about the the guys at work or something and telling them this and that and swearing and stuff. And True Chris from True North Beard Company, he coming. Oh, brutal. I think he said did you say brutal or savage? I think savage. Yeah.
Was that
It
the
was
super
funny.
drunk guy that ultimately peed his pants and
Yes.
No, that
Hell
guy
no.
was next to me.
he peed on you?
No, he was hitting on me.
Nice.
He told me I got a nice smile, and I'm like, dude,
Oh man,
no
Scott,
way.
look at you.
And the guy that Jason's talking about had a beer in his front pocket on his
Yeah.
flannel
Yeah.
and a beer in his hand.
Oh my, he was not messing around.
No.
Yeah, I heard about that dude. Unfortunately, I was busy and didn't get to see the aftermath, but I definitely heard about it.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
Yeah, I heard.
I was like, well, and he wasn't even planning to be in the competition. He just showed up that day, and somebody talked him into it.
And here he is.
12
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing they want me to do this drawing here.
Yeah, it says spin that wheel, Bob. Diablo bearded.
Diablo.
Sweet. Just yeah, Diablo, if you're still watching, just reach out to me. My Instagram is at Aaron D. Johnston. And yeah, just give me your address, or if you guys get his address and he doesn't reach out to me, then just make sure I get that address and I'll send it out to him.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
make sure. We'll make sure.
Yeah, he'll reach out. He's good for that.
Good. Awesome.
So congratulations on that. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll throw a couple other little trinkets in there as well in the box and stuff. So I appreciate you entering, and congratulations on winning there, Diablo bearded. There you go. He's still here.
So other than competitions, anything new on for the new year?
I'm talking to a few, retailers and stuff, and that's, super slow going. So I'll work on that in the new year and whatnot. And I don't know, man. I'm gonna travel a bunch. I've got at least 2 overseas trips booked for next year. I'll be going to Germany for Worlds in June,
Wow.
and I'll be going back to England in October for the beard competition. And just whatever I can do to do stuff. I'm just constantly looking for new things to do or go be involved with, or just everything in my life I feel like just revolves around bearding in some shape, form, or fashion. Unless it's, I'm playing in the garage with one of my cars. Other than that, it's, our house is a beard museum, or, I do podcasts about beards, I work with beards. My living room is now a beard office. It's, I don't know, man. This is craziness. But no, I don't know. Besides just beard stuff, that's pretty much my life. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get my truck put back together. That'd be pretty good.
Which one? I've seen you have 2, and a green one and a look like primer black or something.
Yeah, so I'm working on the little primer black truck right now. There's a whole backstory to that thing. So I bought that truck in 2010, right before I moved to South Carolina, and that was my daily while I was here for a while. In 2015, I got an itch. I was like, man, I just want a new vehicle, super bad. I'm gonna sell my truck and I'm gonna buy a Subaru. So sold the truck. And before I even left the dude's yard, I regretted it. Like I built this truck, you know what I mean? Like I get really extremely sentimental, especially with my vehicles. And that was 2015. Regretted it, like I said. About a year later, the person he sold it to reached out or posted or something. I stumbled across it online somehow, and I didn't have the money to buy it back at the time. And then they disappeared. So I was like, well, that's it. I'll never get my truck back. And I was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, September, I think, of this year. And one of my buddies I used to work with sent me a Facebook Marketplace, was like, here's your truck. Here it is. It's an hour away. And I sold it for $2,700 in 2015, and I bought it back for $2,400 7 years later. And the kid left before, the gas station after I signed his title or whatever. I got in the truck and I went to leave and pushed the brakes, went to the floor, literally no brakes. So I drove it an hour with no brakes, which is fine, just e-brakes work. And drove it all the way home. I got underneath the truck and kind of looked around. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate that. I was like, all right, well, it just needs some brake fluid. It'll be fine. So I dumped brake fluid in it. I got in it and pumped the pedal a few times. I'm like, this is straight to the floor every time. So something's going on here. So that's when I got underneath it. There's a whole brake line missing underneath the back of this truck that was clearly there in 2015. So it, the brake line goes to the back and then it tees off and goes to both wheels. Well, it went to one wheel and the brake line was just non-existent to the other wheel. So that was pretty sure it was a pretty good brake fluid leak there. And so pulled it in the garage, pulled the bed off, and went from I'm going to drive my truck around or whatever to now I'm just going to do reconstructive surgery on it. So pulled the brakes apart and the wheel cylinder was just destroyed inside there. So I guess that was going to be their fix. Instead of putting a new, brake cylinder in there, they just removed the brake line. But I don't know, man. Like it does not work that way. You got to definitely have brake fluid in your brake system for that to work. So obviously I ordered all new brakes. I went to the junkyard, got a brake line, and then, the bed's off. So then you got to remove, emission stuff that's underneath there and the spare tire. And then, all these other brackets you can unbolt. Obviously you got to throw all that crap away. And the shocks were used up when I had the truck. They were the same shocks that were on the truck. So they did not shock anymore. And threw those away. And I ordered brand new leaf springs, brand new shocks, polyurethane bushings, anything that I could replace underneath the back of that truck is pretty much replaced now. I got to do one more brake in the back because I ordered all new brakes and apparently only got one new cylinder. I found that one out today. So I ordered another wheel cylinder and the whole back will be redone and my buddy will come over and help me put the bed on. And then, obviously since the back's all brand new, the front's got to be brand new now. So like I said, hopefully next year I'll drive my truck again. So, but it's a work in progress and it definitely needed some TLC and it's going to get it. It's getting all the TLC and it's the weirdest feeling to go out in my garage and just, it's such like a relief that truck's back in my life. Like like I said, I regretted it the day I sold it. And I'll just go out there and I'll just sit in my chair, like between my trucks. I'm like, gosh, like this is just the best thing that could have ever happened. This little, 30-year-old little Nissan truck is back in my life. And like I said, it's just the craziest. It's hard to describe the inner feelings I have when I see this truck sitting in my garage. I don't know. It's crazy, but yeah, man, it's what I'm working on and that's going to be my daily. And then I'll put the Subaru back in the garage and give it a nice coat of wax that it desperately needs because it's been living outside for a few months and then it gets to be a garage queen again like it should be. I love that little wagon.
Well,
and then
I'll give it a little rest every now and then.
Absolutely. It's getting used. But then I've got the other little Nissan truck, the green one that's in the garage. And I've had that truck since 2003 and it's was my daily for a long time. And I blew the engine up in like 2008 ish and overheating that whole thing and tore it all apart. And then it sat and then it's been in the garage. And then 2012 ish, I got this house and put it all back together, put about 1,000 miles on it. And about 2 years, it took me about 2 years to put 1,000 miles on it, just putting around and stuff. And It's just too meaningful of a vehicle for me to just be out, willy-nilly just driving it for no reason. It was getting driven to shows and stuff like that. And then, obviously I needed to take it all apart. That's apparently what I like to do. So it had a fuel leak. So I took the bed all apart to get to the fuel tank. I was like, well, I'm need new fuel lines, and I'm putting new fuel lines on it. I need a brand new gas tank. Well, I got to put a brand new fuel pump in it too, right? So it's all looking new. And it's got all those parts and they're in place. And then I bought the Subaru, and that's the truck got put on dollies and shoved in the corner of my garage. But, it's there. It's in the garage. It's safe. It's in its condition. And eventually I'll put it all back together, and I'll put another 1,000 miles on it. It's a big difference from that truck to my Forester, because that truck's a 95 and has 108,000 miles on it. And I have a 2018 with almost 200,000 miles on it. So you can definitely see who gets driven in the fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Subarus are pretty good though.
Yeah, I've had pretty good luck out of mine.
Yeah, the one I had, I've missed that till now. It had motor damage, and it was like, I can't even. The car isn't even worth what I'd put into that motor.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I've definitely put more in my vehicles than they're ever gonna be worth. So, but that's part
I
of
also
it.
hit a deer, and
Right? Yeah, that's you're getting into different stuff there.
oh yeah. Up here in Wisconsin, there's a lot of deer on the roads.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, this dude said Russ is he would downshift and slow down for a bit until he got his booster replaced. Yeah, you can make it work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had a full-size Bronco that I drove with no brakes, and my dad had to drive it home from my work one day, and he's like, "How the hell did you drive this thing?" Like, I don't know how.
I was in high school, I had a little Mazda pickup, and the master cylinder went out on it, and I didn't have the money to replace it. Yeah. And I delivered pizzas for a living at that point in time, and I delivered pizzas for a week with no brakes, no master cylinder. It was all e-brake. That was a wild week. All week waiting on the paycheck to buy a master cylinder.
Wow.
Well, you live through it, so.
Dude, I've done a lot of stuff I shouldn't have lived through. And most of it was behind the wheel. Like,
yep.
I got my license, and 2 weeks after getting my license, I got a reckless driving ticket because I went around Dairy Queen sideways in my mom's Taurus wagon. Like, I went around Dairy Queen, I would hit that e-brake, you would break it loose, and then you pull the little handle to release it. It wasn't an e-brake, it was like a pedal. And I'd slide it around, and I would do it because, after school, we'd all go cruising. You go around Town Square, go around Dairy Queen, and back and forth. And so I would do it after school, and everybody would think it was super funny seeing this. My mom's a pretty popular school teacher in our little tiny school district I grew up in, and just seeing, Miss Johnston's Taurus wagon e-brake sliding around Dairy Queen. Everybody just thought it was the most hilarious thing. And I did it one day. Nobody was out there. I was just cruising just because I was cruising. I had my license. I e-brake slid around Dairy Queen, and lo and behold, there was a freaking cop on the other side of Dairy Queen when I came around the drive-through there. And yeah, that was a good time. My mom was thrilled. Yeah, my driving record was super good for a long time. I got pulled over so many times that my mom thought the police department was picking on me, and she went to talk to the mayor of this 2,000 person
I
town.
went through that.
Yeah, and she was like, "They're harassing my boy. My boy don't do anything wrong." And now I'm driving on freaking sidewalks and loud exhausts and loud stereos and passing people in town and driving the wrong way around the town square and just being a menace. Just everything I ever did wrong in my whole life, I think, was mostly behind the wheel of a car. I'm better now, kind of. Unless you ask my wife, she still thinks I'm that same 16-year-old kid e-brake sliding around Dairy Queen. I'm just a lot smarter about it now.
Well, it's that wisdom you gain along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of butt puckering moments out in the country, going way too fast and dropping off the edge of the road. Or man, like I said, I should have died like a bunch of times, but I'm good. I guess I'm just cruising along.
My favorite thing to do in high school, I had this Plymouth Horizon in high school, and I would just, of course, the parking lot would be icy. We'd have these huge snow banks in Pennsylvania. I would just floor it, get right to school, floor it, and drive right into a snowbank. That's how I would do it every morning. So much fun.
I got in trouble in high school, and I couldn't drive to park at the school for a whole week because our whole back parking lot was gravel, and all the nice cars and everybody's like parking up in the paved part. Well, me and my buddies would be like, "Oh, we'll just park out here in the gravel. We're cool." And I'd come flying in there, and I'd e-brake slide in my little Civic, and I would just leave it. And one day the teacher was standing out there and watched me freaking e-brake slide, and I got pulled to the office as soon as it was over. And then I had to go park across the street. I kind of found that loophole. They're like, "Yeah, you can't drive to school." I'm like, "All right, well, I'll just park across the street." It's super easy. So that was a dumb punishment.
Mhm.
No, honestly, a lot of times while when we're driving, I'll just tell her to put her head back against the headrest, and she'll know. Like, better put your head back. Here we go. Especially when I'm in my car. My WRX is a lot more fun to drive than her Forester that we've put a bazillion miles on. But still, sometimes in the Forester, I got to tell her to put her head back, and she knows. We're still that 16-year-old kid in here.
Oh yeah.
I did donuts last week, and when we went to Kentucky for Christmas, it all snowed in the parking lot. And I'm giving it hell in the Forester out in the parking lot. So. Like I said, we're still the same, just smarter about things.
Maybe.
Sometimes.
Yeah, Richard, head on. I would just floor it, and I think right before I get to the bank, I would slam on the brakes or pull the e-brake just to go into it, though. But yeah, I would go head on.
You're a wild man.
Hurt. I mean, it was.
Did it mess the car up?
No.
No.
It's just. I mean, it was just fluffy snow.
So it wasn't.
It wasn't
Okay,
icy.
so
like
it wasn't
wasn't
hard packed.
or anything like
That's
that.
what I was envisioning. I'm like, you're just crashing it.
Yeah.
No.
Boom. All right. That was pretty good.
Well,
With my luck, there'd be
Yeah,
something
when
in the
I
middle of
pile
that snowbank.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Like a pole,
Yeah,
another car.
yeah, something.
Yeah, another thing we used to do is like go to the mall after hours, and there'd be like a shopping cart from like Hills or something in the parking lot. You get behind it, and you just go really fast with the cart just being pushed by your car, and then stop.
Yep.
Cart go flying.
Or you have like a little beater car and you just floor it and just blast one of those shopping carts and they go flying across the parking lot.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done that, but I'm just saying you hypothetically probably could, especially if you had like a big 4-wheel drive something with a big brush guard or something. Those poor carts.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
I was
that's
obnoxious.
probably a lot of things I'm lucky over.
Yeah, I even had a turn. Well, it was like a $395 speeding ticket. My first ticket.
Woo!
Driving a 72 Cutlass down from Wisconsin down to Texas because I was in the Army down there.
Yeah.
How fast were you going?
100 over at least.
And they didn't haul you off to jail?
Yeah. Or take your license.
No, they couldn't because this was in the 90s before the systems were connected.
Right.
They because I had a Wisconsin license and I was in Texas, They said they couldn't take it away, but
Oh wow.
I wish
Lucky.
they did. $395. That was back then was a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's still a big ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
I've
it
gotten
had
a couple doozies, but I don't think I ever paid $400.
It had a big block in it, so it had all kinds of get up and go.
I remember when I was like
I
17, 18, I got a 125 and a 65 ticket. Because that's as fast as my little car would go. My mom was thrilled.
Oh,
125 and a 65.
yeah.
Also,
I
probably should have went to jail.
yeah, I had a lot of tickets, and I had. I'm guessing there's point systems in other states too. Yeah,
Mhm, yeah.
yeah. I had so many points, I had to take my test again.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Wow. I never heard of that.
yeah.
oh, yeah.
I lost all my points before. I didn't have to.
I was down to like 2 at one point.
I got down to 0 one time and was driving and didn't know it and got pulled over leaving work, and I went to jail. That was awesome. Left
Yeah,
Domino's. I was in high school. Left Domino's, pulled out of the Domino's, swerved over the line because I was putting a CD in, and got lit up, and got the service step out of the vehicle, and yep, had no license. Got to spend the night in jail, and next morning the judge just let me out and was like, just go take care of your stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. And girlfriend picked me up. I went back to my mom's house, checked the mail. There was a letter in the mailbox, said your license has been suspended. You need to fix this or whatever. And yeah, that'd have been good information to have before I drove to work that previous night. But
Right.
yeah, that was pretty good. That was my only overnight in jail or trip in jail.
Now there was one time too. I always looked older for my age. Plus, when I graduated high school, I was only 17. But I had older friends, and we went out cruising around one night. I was with my buddy, and of course he got me a 6-pack of beer, and I think I only drank 3 of them anyway. But I took the rest. I had 3 empty bottles and the other 3, and I put them on the floor of my truck. I had a 84 S10 pickup, and I was heading home. I'd worked at this gas station, so that's where I parked in the back of the gas station. So anyway, he drops me off. I get in the truck, and I'm heading home, and there's a car dealership on the right-hand side. Well, they were closed, but a lot of times I'll swing in there and drive and look and see what's in the lot and swing out and head on my way. I happen to start to pull in there, and as I go to pull in, there's Stadies driving through the lot. And I'm like, shit. Well, I can't back out now, So I'm committed. So I just kind of stopped there and turned the truck off and waited for him to come over. So they asked me questions, and going in my drive. I says honestly, I'm on my way home. I was driving through. I just drive through to see what's on the lot. I said, while they're closed, so nobody comes out and bothers me. So he sees the brown bag on the floor. He says, have you been drinking? I said, yeah, I had a couple, And he says, well, I need your driver's license and step out of the vehicle. Oof. And he's looking at my driver's license, and he's looking at me, and he says, you're only 17. I says, yes, sir, I am. And he says, okay, get out. I got out and did the field sobriety test. And like I said, I only had 3 beers, and it was over a span of a couple hours, So I passed the sobriety test, and he says, and he looks at my address and he says, no, you're going home. I said, yes, I am. He said, get in that truck and get the F out of here. I said,
heck yeah.
Thank you. I said, thank you. Away I went.
That's such a good feeling when cops drop that on you.
Yeah.
Get the F out of here. You're like, thank gosh.
Yeah.
No, Russ, I was not on a country road. I was going down the freeway. Actually, I-35, which goes right through the middle of Texas. And I was on my way from, I was home in Wisconsin on leave, and my first sergeant told me I had to be back at this time. I tried to get an extension, and he wouldn't let me. So I had to be back at a certain time. And I was driving for almost 2 days. So that's why I was trying to get there.
Making up time.
Or they're gonna consider me AWOL.
Did you make it back in time?
Just barely.
Wow.
Like minutes.
Hey, you made it.
Holy cow.
But if that cop would have done anything else,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been screwed.
Oh, yeah. At that point, like, your life could have gone
Yeah.
in a different direction.
Yeah.
That would have been.
It was like the sliding glass door or something like that. It's called like that. Like,
Oh yeah. Fun times. So one of the questions we ask a lot in our community anyway.
Yeah.
What do you like on your pizzas?
What do I like on my pizzas? My favorite pizza is probably beef and bacon and cheddar if it's available. I think that's probably my favorite pizza.
So no pineapple.
Nah, no pineapple on pizza. That's
We have
crazy.
guys in the community who absolutely hate pineapple, so it comes an issue.
I mean, pineapple by itself is good, but
Yeah.
on pizza it seems awkward.
have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just feels wrong.
Okay. Since we're on things that we don't like, I got a question for you.
All right, let's hear it.
Coffee.
What about
Are
it?
you coffee? Yes. Coffee.
Yeah.
No?
Coffee,
I'm a no.
Yeah,
I'm a no.
absolutely. Yeah.
Jason, you're not going to
Oh.
find many people that
Never tried it.
coffee.
I know. Well, Dagan's always on my side.
Yeah,
But-
wow. Coffee's amazing.
The other day, well, it was a couple of weeks ago, my wife brought home this styrofoam cup with a straw in it. And she always, she was out, whatever. She comes home and she had this sitting on the counter. So I'm thinking she got some sort of slushy somewhere, I went over to this thing and I took a sip out of that straw and it was coffee.
Hey, man, that's what you
Right.
get for drinking other people's drinks.
Yeah. Over to the sink I went and spit it out. I'm like,
Well,
Well, so
oh,
now
man.
you at least could say you had coffee.
Yeah,
Well, the
I
nice
didn't,
thing, the
I
nice
didn't
thing would have been
swallow
to
any.
spit the coffee back in her cup so she didn't lose any. That'd have been the nice.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. But yeah,
I accidentally drank some, but don't worry, I'll put it back.
I didn't swallow any. I just got that taste, and right away I know, oh shit, this is coffee, so I spit it out.
No.
But he'll wear coffee beard oil. Coffee
Yeah,
scented
well,
beard oil.
yeah, I do. Have
I
a
would
couple
rather
around.
drink coffee than smell like coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think you're backwards.
Oh, good. I didn't know that laced and base. That's Chris from True North Beer. That's his wife. So, and he's a coffee nut, and she's not. So that's good to
Wow.
hear. Yeah.
Well, my wife doesn't like coffee at all, and she worked at Starbucks for years, and she
No
hates
kidding.
coffee. Yeah, but yeah,
my
she
wife doesn't drink coffee at all.
won't drink coffee. She doesn't drink anything caffeinated at all. So
Well, Michael, that's like all he drinks is coffee.
Yeah, I drink coffee all day.
all day, every day.
All day. I'm drinking
Yeah.
coffee right now.
I thought I drank a lot of coffee.
No.
Oh, I don't know if I could make it through a day without coffee. I have, but I need that caffeine somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to. I mean, it's possible, but it's hard to function without without some sort of caffeine throughout the day. But
Yeah.
freaking Barefoot. Things I don't like: goatees and whalers. Shut up, Barefoot.
Leave it to a chops guy.
Yeah, freaking chops. You don't know what you're talking about. Good gosh. Go play with your boat. He got a
Chops is close to having a goatee though.
chops are the exact opposite of having a goatee. Me and Josh Barefoot Brains kissed, we'd have a full beard.
Prove it.
Come on over, Josh. You're just like 20 hours away. It's gonna be a long episode. He's on his way.
Oh.
Feel it.
Well, guys, we could probably go all night, but we're nearing the 2-hour mark. I think we're gonna call it a night. It's been great to have Aaron on here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Much.
Maybe we'll have to have you and Scott back at some point.
Hey,
Since
we'll
it
gladly
sounded
do it.
Like somebody was interested.
Yeah, anytime you need me back, I'll fill in, or if you want me and Scott on, or you have the whole Talking Beards crew on. We'll gladly do it. We know how to do this talking thing. We're pretty good at it.
Well,
Sometimes.
you could give Beard Laws the night off sometime. They can come on our show.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
'Cause
come on,
they
Beard
stream
Laws.
at the same time as us.
Yeah, freaking Matt. Matt was on that other show with me earlier today. A
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
He popped on for 5-10 minutes.
That was pretty fun watching those clips of the year.
Mhm.
Year clips.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Or fun fact of the week.
Yeah, fun beard fact.
Fun beard fact. That's what it
That's
was.
what it is. Yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, I appreciate it, like I said. And
yeah. It's been great. But guys, we're gonna call it here.
all right.
We'll talk to you next Thursday. Not sure what we're doing yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Happy
Plenty of
New
time.
Year, everybody.
Yes, Happy New
New Year.
Year.
Happy New Year. See you next year.
Yep.